Hello, a warm good morning. Welcome to Daily News Commentary. So let's let's look at November 27th. What do we have in news today? So another bad news coming in. The fears about new variant is there and there. So Omicron, as it called, WHO said it spread quickly than other forms. So we need to be cautious. So put on your marks. Maybe in a couple of weeks we'll also see some of these spreading in our country. So be safe. Get the practice of personal hygiene back in. Then Prime Minister has said about family-based political parties. So although it's a political statement, we have something to read from it, because we have been seeing some of the issues with electoral system in India. We have seen criminalization of politics, money power in politics. Another issue that goes with or rather all this goes along is the family-based political parties and the family-based dynastic political culture in India. So you can give a lot of numbers for that, or a lot of examples for that. Most of the parties in India are unfortunately family-based, lacking a couple of items like intra-party democracy. Intra-party democracy is absent. Rather, grassroots participation is, or people's participation is absent. Then you can say this goes along with the nexus of money and muscle. So think of some examples. Say you can cite obviously Congress for that. Then you can cite most of the parties in anywhere from India. Say have a survey. You'll start from Kashmir. You have NC, National Conference, PDP. Then in Punjab, Akali Dal is the same thing. Then in West Bengal, you have Mamata Banerjee kind of turning it into a political party. I mean, dynastic party. Bihar RJD. Bihar, almost all the parties, RJD, LJP, except for JDU. Samajwadi Party in UP. So if you take the survey like that, you will see mostly these family-run parties running India. Then JD, Naveen Patnaik, he is also a dynast. Maratha, in Maharashtra you have Shiva Sena. Then in Tamil Nadu. So you have that survey. Hardly very few parties have rule in India without a dynastic culture. So please look into that. And what is the impact? So basically you have to look at why a family-based political parties is an issue, why dynastic politics is an issue, and how can we get rid of it. So please look into that. Going into the editorial page. So again a small article on MNREGS, Narega. So look into what again Narega is, the significance of Narega. I had described this once. Narega is a flagship scheme of Indian government. So you go to look at what is the what of Narega, why Narega, why Narega is important. Okay. Issues with Narega, how to improve. These are the basic things that you have to know about MNREGS. And so here we have this, why MNREGS has become all of a sudden important. See, you can see about the pandemic situation and the rising demand for MNREGS because of job loss and income scarcity in rural areas. Similarly, we have an article which is a follow-up of yesterday's one, that is on GST and right sizing the rates of GST. So please read through that again. What is I had mentioned yesterday, right? So we have to look at GST and analyze it. What is the success of GST? Why is GST an issue? Success of GST. So think of all the benefits. It has like one nation, one tax. All those things into picture. Then success issues faced through the GST structure. Maybe with GST the rates, maybe with the GST and network, so etc. Look at the issues and then way forward. Issues could be GST specific issues. Then issue could be of federal system. So go through that. And today it talks about the rate reset which we had seen in newspaper yesterday, National Institute of Public Finance and Policy. had pointed out that. So see how the rate cuts can improve the GST situation in the country, right? So the one article is here, one sentence is there. The effective tax rate under GST has slipped from the original revenue neutral rate of 15.5% to 11.6%. Now, what is a revenue neutral rate? There is a rate which was expected to bring in the same amount of tax collection in the pre GST era. So it has fallen down. It was expected to be 15.5%. Now it has fallen to 11.6%, meaning what? It is not meeting the revenue neutral rate. The effective tax rate is not meeting the revenue neutral rate. So read that, and then you come into the NFHS 5, National Family Health Survey. Okay, so very important. We had questions in prelims based on NFHS in 2018 or 19, I believe. 2019, I believe. Then all of a sudden, it's very important for mains, different topics, social justice, especially social justice, governance in GS2, society in GS1, and the other topics in GS3 is very important. So we had given a good brief about NFHS in our Telegram channel, Smart Work with Michael sir. So please go through that. Note down the important points. If you are writing this mains, of course you can use that information very readily, very briefly given article. So please read that. So if you are planning for 2022, make sure you are going through that article once in a while, or rather the note you are made out of that article once in a while. Because the facts you have to remember, it will take a couple of revisions you to memorize it. So try to go through it a number of times till you remember that, right? So, and I would suggest you read the entire article here. So I written that, read through carefully. NFHS is such an important topic. Not much, you don't have to pay individual attention for each and every fact that may be difficult, right? So if I'm looking at an example, so some of these facts like, Kerala 79%, that may not be necessary. You look at some of the all India numbers, which is some numbers which are relevant for your mains, where TFR rate, total fertility rate, say malnutrition rate, sex ratio, those things need to be looked up. Now Varghese Kurian could be used as a great man, as India has seen. He brought about the white revolution in India. Okay, we need such people more. Some of the people like Abdul Kalam, Varghese Kurian, these are the people that have really moved India forward. Now, why do I highlight Varghese Kurian? Because this is a good example for your ethics GS4 paper. He's a powerful personality. So look into his traits and see how you can use the example, the model of Varghese Kurian in your ethics answer. Alright, so do that. And Varghese Kurian is not usually a person who is often cited by UPSC aspirants. Atre used to Paragia, Mahatma Gandhi namakariya ellaru use cheyum. But Varghese Kurian is not that overused, so you can still bring in a fresh content, fresh addition through the use of Varghese Kurian. MPs are defenders of dignity of parliament. Defenders of dignity of parliament. You can use this as a keyword when you are writing about parliament, politics in India, etc. Right. So please note of that. Drop in productivity of Rajya Sabha. Obviously, you have to study that, but we will wait another day. In the coming days, we will see more of that. The parliament is just beginning, right? So we will have an opportunity for that. Should disruption be a parliamentary strategy? This gives you a take. Disruption should be episodic in nature for a day or few hours. If you adopt it as a permanent strategy, then you will harm the very idea of parliamentary discourse. So, about from 2011, the 2G scam era, disruption has become a mainstay of Indian parliament. So, as Arun Jaitley said, disruptions are a valid parliamentary strategy. So, going a little over and above today. 50% of Bihar population multidimensionally poor. So, multidimensional poverty index, NITI Aayog has released that. So look into that. You can use these maps. When you have these maps, copy it to your notes. So here you can say one, low and poor category. Okay, 3 category you can say. You can divide the map into 3 categories and give them each a different shade. So it will be handy in your geography answer. It will be handy in your economics answer. So you can add, adding map gives an extra dimension to your answer. So please make sure you are copying this to your notebook. But I don't say that you copy this photo, that is of less utility. You have to simplify this photo. Now this is like 10, 20, 30, 40, 40 greater than. A couple of more categories are there. You need to simplify this into 3 categories: high, medium and low, right? So please do that. Venugopal pushes for AG, Attorney General. National Courts of Appeal. So what is National Courts of Appeal? Please read that. So even if mains craft students, if you are looking at it, this is something a current affairs thing you have in the judiciary part of GS2. There's a subtopic called judiciary. So look into National Courts of Appeal given. What is that? For now, just understand what that is. It could be an extra dimension for judicial reforms. It could be a standalone question, although I don't expect, unless more and more discussion happens over National Court of Appeal, it will become a standalone topic. But you can always use in topics like pendency, judicial pendency, etc. This idea of National Courts of Appeal. Make sure you read that. Now, Tibetan community in India, just understand the small brief history of them. Not more than that. Just for prelims purpose, if at all UPSC asks the questions, you must be knowing like how the Tibetan community came to India, Dalai Lama, etc. Then Sensex, what is Sensex? Simple one. Just read that. Exim Bank, what is Exim Bank for India? Just read that. Prelim specific informations. That's it for today. Baki like explain pages is not there today. I don't know why. So we have more of a sports explain. It's good to read. Maybe we can have a look at the Rahul Dravid saga. Great man. Maybe you can also use Rahul Dravid as an ethics answer. Definitely you can. So this is how you process your content. Even when in sports, you can use people of integrity, courage, etc. as examples. It would be nice. Okay, so that's it for today. Go through the newspaper really quick. Understand the things, and also make sure you apply your mind. Now I'm sure you would have got a hold of like how to read newspaper. It's been 2 or 3 months, so picking up an article is not a big deal. So in the coming days I'll try to focus on how to interlink all these things, how to apply your mind. So just reading is now not enough. You need to go beyond reading. You have to go and look at processing all the information that you're getting. All right, have a good day.